I hate the word accessory because it's always second plan. In fact, it's not, because you can have only a simple black dress and it's only the accessory that makes the power. I come from Istanbul in Turkey, but I only lived there 3 years. My dad's background is coming from the royal family of Egypt. As my dad was a Turkish ambassador, we lived mostly in Arab countries. So I lived in Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Algiers. The fact of being in those countries, we couldn't walk in the streets, or we were always closed in our space, like in a golden cage. The first band I really loved and still love is Depeche Mode, but I got the album because I liked the pictures on the album. So that was, I think, my first start with the love of music and image and colors. I didn't have the clue it was existing and how it was existing even. I would like dress up like Boy George. And I used to do a lot of makeup, like half of my face was with makeup and piercings and hair like colorful, like I was like a paradise bird. Being in a closed country, I didn't have the clue how you could become a singer. So in my mind it was going to do a music school. So I asked my parents saying I want to do a music school and I don't want to go to school. And it was like, this business is for prostitutes. So you don't do that. At the time my dad had passed away. My dad passed away very young and my mom was exceeded, like she couldn't take it. To go into fashion, I studied industrial design, architecture. And when I finished my degree and the fashion school, it was like, okay, now you can do the sewing of everyone's trousers. For my parents, first of all, it's a job, it's not a way of living, it's a service. So I went to this school called Studio Berceau. The owner of the school, Marie Requis, the first thing she says is, everything your parents taught you is shit, now you're going to create yourself. So after working with this lady for La Croix, I also worked for Martin Margiela. I learned and I saw how you could look at a cloth in a different way, like inside out, upside down, and how to modify things. Inside of me, I knew that I wanted to do my own brand and also living it like I was a singer and I had my fan club. So then I started working freelance also for Martin Sitbon. Then I started being more and more into Plexi. And today I became the queen of Plexi. I had bigger boobs because I had a breast reduction. But every year they were like, okay, what do you want this year for your birthday? Do you want a boob reduction? Because for my dad it was like, c'est pas possible. It was not chic. He was always saying like, women that have big boobs, it's their brain that went down. I'm trying to find clothes that are showing the right way my body, how I want it to be shown. This part, hide this part, trying to make a trompe-l'œil on this part. One morning I wake up, I do my hair and I think, oh, okay, this looks like Lauren Bacall. So that day I dress up more like more serious way and I will take my fake cigarette and walk around. Then one day I do my lipstick and I think, oh, it looks like a Marilyn Monroe lip. So I will dress more open and more na-na-na. And I'm wearing from 2001 Lanvin dress. My earrings are my crybaby earrings from my collection. My finger necklace. That is for me a sexual necklace. Very. I have my Alaya dress that I got for my 40th birthday. It's a vintage I got for €5. I love. I found it, I think, like in the south of France in a not even vintage store, like people go and throw their clothes there. Rings, I made them in Turkey. This one my mom had designed for herself. Oh, I ate all my family money I had from my parents. One day, like when I was working with my sister, I was like, we need money to do this. And she's like, there's no more money. Like, oops, okay, what can we do now? When you find yourself in a struggling moment, something new arrives. I'm not attached at all and I'm not attached to anyone and not to material. As I was brought up in a family that thought that I would live in their way, I was brought up only in that way. When I arrived to France, I didn't even know how to use a washing machine. In the beginning, I was buying things and throwing them away. I think it's weird when people need to show that everything's perfect. No, sometimes I don't feel good. It's, you know, I breathe, it's normal. We are very happy, but we are under Xanax. This is, it's all this fake thing I hate. In the end, I'm working on myself. I'm a last generation of princess, but with my own fantasies, and I create. Okay, I don't have a chimney. I create my own chimney, you know, and I live in my world through my plexi pieces.